I can see we have quite a global audience for this one. A very good afternoon for people joining from India as well. Um, I manage client relationships at Accurate, and I'm based here in the UK. I'll just give you a brief overview of the company and what is it that we are doing with intelligent intranets, and then hand it over to Abhishek towards the later part of the webinar. Uh, To start with, Accurate is a global intranet and solutions company. We've been in the industry for around 10 years, and with a global team of around 200 developers, we have built over 100 intranets and a lot of other BPM tools and solutions for our customers across the globe. We do provide services, which is the bespoke application development, consulting, and support. And also, we have a lot of ready to deploy solutions built on the Microsoft technologies, and Internet happens to be one of them. Just move on to the next slide. We have been recognized worldwide for being pioneers and being somebody who is innovative and been developing a lot of solutions. So if you see, our journey started from being a Microsoft certified partner to being somebody who was recognized by Deloitte as a Fast 50 technology company in India, and one of the Fast 500 companies in the APAC region. We do have a lot of partnerships with relevant technology providers like Nintex for workflows, Metalogics for your management and tools that help you migrate. We are a Microsoft Gold partner and also have partnerships with SAP, Burst, and Click. In terms of an organization, we focus on 3 different geographies: USA, India, and Europe. Some of our key clients are actually mentioned here. A lot of them happen to be marquee customers with billion-dollar plus kind of revenues and large global organizations. We do, however, do have a whole set of SMEs and smaller clients as well that were not listed on the slide. In terms of how we work as an organization, we have 3 different service lines: intranet and collaboration practice, which is something that you'd see a little more about, process automation, and analytics. We provide a whole range of services, right from consulting, implementation support, to any legacy migrations that you might have. So coming back to what is it that we are looking at today, the intelligent intranets. One of the recent things that has happened was Gartner, in its technology trends for 2017, identified that it is going to be intelligent digital mesh of systems that is going to be the trend for the coming year. What does it really mean? Intelligent systems, these are systems that use AI, machine learning, and that can have some kind of thinking for themselves. Digital, as we know, is the virtual world, virtual reality, and everything else around it. And mesh is the part that connects systems together so that systems don't work in isolation, but they are able to get information and insights from a whole range of surrounding aspects as well. This trend towards more intelligent, more digital, and more connected systems is something that you can actually see in Gartner's hype cycle as well. Some of the things, for example, the cognitive and expert advisors is something that has progressed to being at the peak of expectations. In fact, machine learning is something that has been growing quite rapidly over the past 2 years. You can notice that machine learning is something which Gartner thinks is actually going to be mainstream within the next 2 to 5 years. And so would natural language question answering be. So these are some of the aspects that we have actually used in our intelligent intranets, and we'll be talking more about them as we go forward. Abhishek, would you want to add something in this?
Yeah, sure, Pradeep. Thank you. So if you take a look at the Gartner hype cycle, you can see that there are certain technologies that are emerging right now, which Pradeep spoke of in terms of cognitive learning, machine learning, natural language question and answering. And we see that the whole shift towards the traditional intranet moving towards an intelligent system, a more connected, anytime available system. These technologies will have a major play. During the demo, we'll show you how we have used some of these technologies to build artificial intelligence, intelligent chatbots, using which you can chat with your intranet. We'll also take a look at some of the new features that Microsoft has rolled out to make the connected workplace more dynamic and more accessible, irrespective of what device you are on. So all those will be covered as a part of the demo. So yeah, we are seeing that with these emerging technologies, intranets especially being at the core of the communication and the collaboration platform for any organization, are able to leverage and really scale up much more faster to provide these experiences. Thanks, Pradeep. Okay, so this slide here talks about the journey, and post this we'll get into to showcase how some of these technologies have evolved. So as far as the SharePoint journey is concerned, it started way back in 2001 with the portal server that was launched, and with the technologies that are trend that we are seeing, things have moved more into the cloud with Office 365 in its current release. Instead of doing uh, 3 yearly releases, Microsoft has gone for more of an incremental and a continuous update, which actually provides better set of features for our customers. At the same time, we also see that things are becoming more device independent. So, for example, if you are using SharePoint 2007 or 2010, your preferred device or browser would have been Internet Explorer, or it would have rendered better on a desktop. But now it's SharePoint 2013, SharePoint Online, and the 2016 version that's out. It doesn't matter which device you're connecting to SharePoint from. There are multiple apps that Microsoft has launched, like the SharePoint mobile app, as well as apps for Delve, Teams, etc. And we'll be taking a look at some of those today to see how we can bring the same sort of experience that you would expect from a traditional intranet, but in a more intelligent way onto your set of devices. Okay, so this slide shows some of the innovations that we have done as we have seen the move towards more of an intelligent and a connected system. At the core of our solutions for an intelligent intranet is Mesh, which is the communication and collaboration platform. It's a ready-to-deploy, out-of-the-box intranet digital workspace that can be deployed either in the cloud or on-prem. And then surrounding it, we have leveraged various Microsoft technologies and products like Yammer, Azure, cognitive services, etc., to provide additional areas which make the intranet more intelligent. So, for example, we have Yamit, which is a social intelligence platform. It brings the best from your SharePoint, Delve, and Office graph, as well as the social aspects which are there as a part of your Yammer install, together to provide additional intelligence around your organization's social features. We also have Seek, which is a usage analytics tool for SharePoint intranets as well as extranets. Seek can fetch the usage information of of your users. For example, what pages are most popular, who are the most active users on your intranet or your extranet platform, and how much time are people spending on the intranet. So all of those metrics that you would like to see to measure the adoption of your intranet can be seen using Seek. Seek is supported using Power BI, and hence you can see all of the reports within your Office 365 tenant. We also have a non-Power BI option there for users who are on-prem. Wave is an innovation and an idea management platform. It's used by many of our customers to crowdsource ideas take it to an approval workflow and then select and execute the best of them. Pact is a collaboration and project management tool, which you can use to manage projects on SharePoint. We also have MeshBot, which we have launched recently, and we have seen a lot of great feedback from Microsoft as well as the technical community out there. It's an artificial intelligence chatbot that leverages Microsoft Cognitive Services, and it comes with readily built connectors using which you can talk to your SharePoint intranet right out from any chatting application like Facebook Messenger or Skype, etc. We also rolled out a recent toolkit called Optimum, which can help you with your migration analysis. If you're an on-prem customer and if you're looking at migrating to Office 365, Optimum can give you detailed reports in as less as 4 hours to take all of the informed decisions that you would like to regarding the migration. Everything that you're seeing here is powered through a deployment automation tool that we have built for SharePoint called Lightning 365. We can take any SharePoint intranet or any solution and get it deployed onto your Office 365 or your SharePoint on-prem tenant within 30 minutes. It's a GUI-based tool and it works great. Our customers, especially the IT teams, love it because it's a complete removes the hassles out of deployment for SharePoint intranets and other applications. You can also see a couple of different apps that we have built, like Ask an Expert, My Voice, Productivity Corner, etc. And we'll be taking a look at a few of these in the demo today. All right, so with that, let's get into the demo, and I'll bring up my the demo instance of Mesh that we have, and we'll take a look at all of those other additional features. And I've got a couple of we have a couple of polls here. If you're logged in into the GoToWebinar, I'm just launching my first poll. It'll be great if you can help us with some of your responses to these polls, and that'll help us to get some additional feedback about how we are doing with these technologies, as well as how we can help you better. Okay, so if you can see my screen here, this is the landing page of the intelligent intranet that we have built. We call it as Mesh. It's a ready-to-deploy intranet system, and it comes with all of the features that you would expect from an intranet system. So you've got your announcements, you've got management speak articles, quick links for various links that can be added. For example, I've got links to various applications like conference room, travel booking application, internal classifieds, etc. Let me scroll down a little bit to show you some of the other web parts. So I've got web parts for managing events. I've got a poll, rewards and recognition, birthdays and anniversaries, which can pull in information from your HR systems or other areas. There's also a discussion forum and a media gallery down there. So you can see it brings all of the best information from across your enterprise, within the landing page of the intranet. It's all connected with the Office 365 features, and we have integrated it with some of the new features that Microsoft has rolled out, like Microsoft Teams, the Delve Experience, Office Graph, Graph Search, etc. Within the intranet, you have several areas that you can go to, like different department sites, which are driven by templates, community sites, document center to manage all of your documents and resources. We also have a site for managing projects, the idea management system, integration with Yammer, and a very special tool called the Workbench, which I'll be showing you shortly, which is a complete content management system built on top of SharePoint. It gives you a WordPress-like interface, a great tool for your content authors to be able to go in there and just start publishing information on the intranet. Let's take a look at some of these additional sites. So here's an example of a department site right here. It's based off of a template that you can easily use to create additional sites for your teams, for business units, etc. It has a public version wherein all employees can go and take a look at information, as well as a private area for the team to share and work on confidential documents. It has got all the features that a team would need to publish information about their key contacts, initiatives, etc. This is the example of the resource center, which is aggregating information from all across your Office 365 SharePoint. It uses Office Graph to bring you the most relevant information for you. You can search for any information using the search bar, or you can use some of these filters here and reach to the right set of document that you are looking for. All of this is driven using SharePoint metadata and taxonomy framework. Uh, so anytime any important documents are uploaded, the intranet will sort of ask you to go ahead and attach certain relevant keywords and metadata to your documents. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other applications that we have. I spoke about the workbench, and I'm going to show you that right now. So I'm logged into the workbench, and as I said, the workbench is an area from where you can control every aspect of your intranet. Now, typically what we have seen is that SharePoint is a great tool for managing your documents, for creating article pages, publishing them, for building applications and workflows, etc. However, when it comes to new users trying to create content in SharePoint, there's a certain learning curve that's involved. So we have tried to make that transition easy using the workbench. So for example, if you see, here are the list of all the announcements that I've created. I've got a one-click publish button out here. I can even edit an article and manage everything from this interface here. Everything what you're seeing is mobile responsive. So for example, if I just shrink my screen here to show you how it sort of responds and adjusts itself to the screen size. So this means that content authors can create articles, can publish articles on the go using any device of their choice. They can use the SharePoint app that's now available for Android as well as iOS devices to create and manage content. And the experience of creating something is really seamless and simple. I get a very simple form, and using this one interface, I can enter information, I can upload images, I can add audience targeting, I can choose whether to show it on the home page sliders or not, all done from one single place, making it really seamless. I did speak about the idea management system, and I would like to quickly show that to you as well. So let me just move to the idea management system here. All right. So before I get into that, let me just take a quick look at the poll responses. So thank you so much for answering these. I'm opening another poll. This is, do you use Office 365 today or not? It'll be great if you can help us with some of these answers as well. Okay, so this is the idea and innovation management platform, which uses crowdsourcing so that you can fetch the best and innovative ideas from within your organization, bubble them up, and then be able to choose which are the ideas that you would like to take up for implementation. It has an inbuilt gamification system into it. So all these points that you see here, the points that I have earned as I have been using and contributing ideas into the system. Ideas can be bottom up. That is, if I have a great idea, I can just come onto this application and post it, or it can be top down using challenges. So if the organization, let's say your organization has a challenge, or there are certain things that you would like to accomplish as a part of your mission and vision objectives, you could post those challenges here and invite people and employees from within the organization to come here and participate and be a part of be a part of the idea platform. Every idea goes through a process, so it gets submitted, shortlisted, selected, and executed. And this workflow is something that we have defined as a part of the idea management system. However, everything is configurable, so you can use some of the advanced features like Power Apps and Flow, which Microsoft has launched, and you can easily customize this platform to suit your business objectives and needs. Let me also let's take a look at one idea that's been executed here, just to show you how that looks and to see how the idea has sort of matured over a period of time. Okay, so someone posted an idea about underwater floating tunnels, and you can see how the idea went through various stages. You can see people's comments, and you can essentially see how it has matured over a period of time. It's a very simple platform wherein you can which can be used to capture ideas. So one of the things that makes an intranet intelligent is it's not just a platform for publishing all of your communication articles, news articles, etc. But you can take it beyond that experience and really make it into a platform which can also bring the best out of your employees, and you are able, and the organization is able to leverage that as well as reward the employees for contributing. Let me also show you the project and collaboration tool that we have built. So this is Pact, which is, I would say, a better project management tool than some of the default or out-of-box features that SharePoint provides. It comes with something called as a 360 degrees view, when you can take a look at what's happening in that particular project. So if I click on the project name, it shows me all of the information that I need to see. I can also see things like trending projects, what's happening, and that's a social experience around it. So we have tried to sort of bring a very social Facebook experience to projects, and this is something that you can definitely use and leverage as a part of your Office 365 SharePoint intranet. All right, so these were some of the features that I wanted to show you. And we'll also be taking a look at how these look within a mobile device experience. I'm just going to launch my mobile device. Okay. All right. I think it's taking a little bit of time to sort of adjust itself there. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I think I'm trying to sync my Android phone using Mirror, which is an app that I found it to sort of synchronize that. So you can see that it's the same intranet that we were seeing on the desktop browser, and I'm actually logged in into my SharePoint app on my Android, and I can see the same sort of experience here within the mobile device. Everything is responsive. Uh, and I can sort of scroll through and see the different information that I would like to see. So I'm just sort of like scrolling through the birthdays and anniversaries here. Uh, and if I can, come out of it, and you can see the whole experience of the SharePoint mobile app here right from my phone. So I can take a look at all of my sites. I can take a look at the different sites that I have subscribed to. I also have access to all of the people within the organization using the contacts list, which is available within the SharePoint app. It's a great way of keeping everything close to you based on what you're using within the SharePoint intranet. Let me also show you a few of the other applications that are there, which Microsoft has recently launched. So you can see Delve, using which you can connect to your Delve either on in the Office 365 cloud. We also have Teams, which Microsoft has launched. These are separate apps that you can use to bring the same experience that you have on a desktop directly onto your mobile. Okay, so I also wanted to show you some of the other new features that Microsoft has launched, including Teams, Hub, Delve, uh, the Planner, Power Apps, and Flow, as well as I spoke about Seek, using which we have, we can publish SharePoint analytics. You can measure adoption. We'll take a look at some of those Power BI reports as well. So I'm currently logged in here into my production instance of our intranet. So this is actually Accuate's intranet. I'm not going to show you too much from our production system, but you can see how we have taken the same concept of intelligent intranet and we have applied it within our Office 365 tenant. Let's also take a look at some of the new solutions that are now available for you if you're an Office 365 customer. And before we get into that, I just want to take a look at the poll responses. Thank you so much for your answers. And I'll be launching the next poll here in a bit, and it'll be great if you can help us with those as well. So here I can see that I'm having a conversation with Pradeep. All of my team information is available within Teams. I can share files. I can have meetings here as well. Every team gets a OneNote notebook, so I can go ahead and start sharing notes. If you're an Office 365, if you're on the E3 plan or the E5 plan, this is available for you. You can start using it right away. One of the great things that Microsoft has also done is they've started introducing artificial intelligence bots. So there is a bot that comes along with Teams called the T-bot. It's a help bot. So if I say help, T-bot responds back with some information about what is it that it can do, etc. And I did speak about the mesh bot in our presentation. So here's the mesh bot, which is a companion bot for the mesh intranet. However, the architecture is flexible. It can be, you can use meshbot and connect it to your existing intranet on Office 365 or on SharePoint on-prem. And you can, meshbot can help you to bring information from your intranet. So here are a couple of questions that I had asked meshbot earlier today. So I've asked him what's new today, and it brings me all of the latest information from my intranet. I can also, ask meshbot certain questions about my profile. For example, if I want to know what's my leave balance, so that if I need to apply for a leave, it's going to help me with those answers. So it's going to go to the leave application system. It's going to fetch all of that information, and it's going to respond back. So it said that you have 8 leaves remaining. Meshbot can be used in a lot of different scenarios. In fact, let me bring up my let me go back to my mobile device here and show you how I'm chatting with Meshbot on my Skype. So I've got a couple of bots that we have been building for our customers. So Meshbot is the one that you saw within the Teams experience. It's also available on the web experience as a part of the SharePoint intranet. And I can also add Meshbot to my Skype. So for example, earlier today I'd sent a question to Meshbot saying that my laptop is not connecting to the network. It understands that this is something to do with the request. It knows that it's an IT request because because I mentioned laptop. It has natural language processing and understanding capabilities, so it can go ahead and understand based on the way you're asking questions. So let me show you an example here. I can ask the bot, what can you do? So I'm asking the bot, what is it that the bot can help me with? And the bot has responded saying that I can help you with time off information, leave, help desk requests, etc. Now, the same bot is also connected to my Skype here on my desktop, and that's the message that you saw appearing. So you can see that irrespective of which device you are on, be it your mobile device, your desktop, you can be connected to your intranet using some of the new features that are getting rolled out with advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, mobile, cloud, etc. All right, so let's take a look at few additional features. I'm back onto my Office 365 tenant, and I wanted to show you Planner, which is a great tool to manage lightweight projects in a very interactive Kanban process-oriented way. So, for example, if you're using process boards and notes, etc., this is something that you can just get started with. You can create different boards, and then you have different cards that you can move from one board to the other here. Uh, so right now I've grouped it by assigned to. I can also group it, show it by different the progress that a particular project is undergoing. So here you can see that I've created a backlog of different items that we need to implement for one of our projects here, and a couple of them are not started. A few of them are completed. It shows me the progress here. If I click on a particular card, it shows me like who's working on it, what's the percentage progress, when is it due. I can also have a checklist of items within the card, uh, as well as attachments that I can add. And it also shows me what's the sort of history, audit history behind each and every activity that we are working on. So this is a great way of managing your simpler projects. If you want something advanced, we would recommend you go for something like Pact or Project Online provided by Microsoft, where you can do a whole lot more. We've been hearing a lot about Office Graph and Delve, and here's a quick look at the Delve experience. So this is actually showing me information about what is it that I am doing. It shows the different documents that I'm currently working on. It is using the uh, graph search capabilities of Office 365 to bring in relevant information. So here it says discover documents from people around you. So traditionally, we have been used to going to the intranet and searching for documents, but this is the other way around. This is using Delve. You don't need to search for documents, but based on your activities, based on your interactions with different colleagues, the different sites, SharePoint sites that you're working on, the kind of groups that you are involved in, it'll find the relevant information and give you recommendations, saying that maybe these are the things that you should be looking at. So here's a great example. So Sareen is one of our functional experts, and I'm working with him in a project, and he has planned a meeting for next week when he wants to have certain CR discussions. And so the documents for that particular meeting have already he's already uploaded those documents in our project site, and I can see all of them here. So even before the meeting starts, which is next week, I know that I can go through these documents and I can take a look at what is it that these new change requests are about, and I can be ready and prepared. So this is just a simple way of by which Delve is helping me to be more productive by showing me relevant information. Another very interesting area of Delve is My Analytics, which brings in your personal statistics about how you are performing. You can set your own goals in terms of how many focus hours that you want during a week, how much time do you actually want to spend writing emails or responding to emails, and what are your in general your habits. So it shows me that I have a lot of recurring meetings on my calendar. I do a lot of multitasking in meetings. Looks like I've been sending emails all over the place while I'm in the middle of a meeting. So yeah, that's a great way. If you have Office 365 and if you have turned on Delve Analytics, these are some of the great insights that every individual in your organization will get to see. Video Hub is another great way by which Microsoft has integrated Azure into the Office 365 experience. So for example, here you can see these are some of the videos that we have uploaded. There are different channels that we have created. So there are channels for learning, for communities, for marketing videos that we have created, and people can go click on a channel. They can browse and look at different videos. Videos are actually streamed, so nothing is getting downloaded. Depending on the network the network that you're on. If you're on a high-speed broadband, a HD quality video is going to play. But if you're on a slower network, it's going to be a less resolution video that's going to play on your device. Again, all of these are accessible from your mobile device as well, and you get the same experiences everywhere. With SharePoint 2016 coming, already there, and with some of the new things that Microsoft is doing, especially around technologies like the SharePoint framework, etc. a couple of new tools and technologies have been introduced. What you're seeing here is Flow. Flow is a great tool for creating workflows within SharePoint. It comes with ready built-in connectors for not only Office 365, but other third-party tools as well, like Salesforce, Twitter, etc. This is a replacement for your SharePoint Designer. If you don't know about it already, SharePoint Designer will no longer be supported. It's the end of life for it. So if you are looking at building new applications using SharePoint, I would recommend that you take a look at Flows. Get started right here. There's so many different templates that you can choose from and start building applications in SharePoint. The other thing is a replacement to InfoPath Forms. It's called Power Apps. Every list and every library within Office 365 today comes integrated with Power Apps and Flow. I would, if you have not seen it already, it's really powerful. Go take a look at it. You can start creating a new application just by clicking on the New App button. It also comes with a studio experience so that you can build apps offline, using a using an application for Windows, which runs great on Windows 10. All right, let me launch another poll here. This is about chatbots and what you've just seen a while back. While you're answering the poll, let me bring you to the last part of our demonstration, which is Seek. What you're seeing here is Power BI, and here are certain reports that I'm seeing based on the usage statistics of my intranet. And I can see different aspects. For example, what's the amount of time that people are spending on the intranet? What are the maximum number of hits that I get on which day of the week? What are the visitor browsers that are being most used? Which operating systems do they come from? It also shows me the different users and how much time they're spending on the intranet. I can see which are the top most pages and how many hits they have got over a period of time. And there are so many different reports that we are able to capture based on using the tool that we have created called Seek. It also can show you different geographies and different countries from where users are coming in. And if you're looking at analyzing the traffic on your current intranet, or if you want to measure the adoption, we are offering hosted trials of this solution, so you can try it out if you like it, and then you can go ahead and get it installed on your tenant. So here are some of the aspects that we wanted to show you for how is it that Microsoft is making changes to Office 365 to make things more intelligent, more mobile, bringing in aspects of artificial intelligence into the mix, and some of the things that we as Accurate, as an SI and as a service provider, we are on that journey as well, helping, supporting you in bringing these experience onto your intranet. Okay, great. So thank you so much for answering the poll question. And with this, we are at the end of our webinar, and we'll take about 10 minutes to for any questions that you might have. So what I'll go ahead and do is, if you have a question, you can raise your hand, and I will enable your microphone so that you can go ahead and ask your question. So let's take a couple of minutes. If you have any, please raise your hand here using GoToWebinar, and I'll go ahead and enable your microphones. Okay, if you're not sure how to do that, you can also type in your question in the questions panel that you have, and we'll go ahead and answer your question. All right. Looks like we don't have any questions as of now. So, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have liked what you have seen here. We'll be doing a couple of more webinars soon, and we'll be reaching out to each and every one of you for your feedback. And if you'd like follow-ups on presentations at your office or something which is more personalized to address your specific questions and organization challenges, we would love to do that. Thank you so much for being a part of this webinar today. Uh, Thanks from the entire Accuvate team here, and we will see you again soon. Thank you and have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.